Hi, so I am your interviewer for today, Cameron Marquise, and I'm here to introduce to you all CRIPPLE Russell, social media influencer, phenomenal artist, just doing amazing things in the industry, and we're here to launch her today. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Listen, thank you so much. So we're gonna ask you a couple of questions today. We see that you're doing some big things. And we just want to get to know a lot more about you. Not a little, but a lot more about you.
All right, don't be too much in my business now, Marquise.
Listen, we're going to dig just a little bit.
All right, you can cope.
Okay. So, first question. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your disability.
Okay, well, my name is CRIPPLE Russell. You said that. I have spastic diplegic cerebral palsy, which in layman's terms is basically when your spinal cord, your nervous system, and your brain, they're all on different pages. So basically, my brain does not receive signals the same way that yours does, and they don't process as quickly. So with that, it's just like my muscles didn't have time to develop all the way. My mother was 5 months premature when she had me.
Wow.
And it's basically caused by lack of oxygen to the brain, which causes the disability. That's pretty much it.
Wow.
From an uneducated standpoint, I'm not a doctor.
Okay. So let's talk about this launch, right?
Okay.
What was your inspiration behind the Fenty Savage shoe?
I was just kind of sitting in my room one day and it just came to me. And I was just like, I don't feel sexy. Like, I'm 21. You know, this is supposed to be your prime. From 21 to 25, you're supposed to be like the hottest thing ever. You're supposed to go to the club. You're supposed to. And I was just like, I feel attractive, but I don't feel sexy. I don't feel like I can give Rihanna vibes. And I was like, well, we need to change that. Not that it's solely based on my disability. I think that it has a lot to do with me as well. But I think that people with disabilities as a whole, they're never seen as sexy or, you know, super attractive because of what is wrong with them. So my inspiration was to basically send a message that sexiness is not based on physicality. Sexiness is based on who you are, how you feel inside. And since the photo shoot, I just feel more secure in myself. I hold my chest out a little bit more. I talk a little smoother. So I would definitely say that my inspiration was the fact that people with disabilities are so underrepresented, and that there's so many negative connotations with the word disability. And disability is a lot of time associated with tragedy. You hear about, you know, people who may be missing limbs. You think, oh, car accident, or, you know, army vet or something like that. Some of us just popped out like this. So I wanted to be able to say, yes, I have a disability. No, I've never not had one, and I'm still sexy anyway.
Okay. Now, because I know you personally, you have this phrase, instead of saying handicap, you say something else. And I would just love for you to just tell us that and tell us where you coined that phrase from, or why do you choose to use it instead of using the word handicap?
So I use the word handicapable a lot. It's corny. It's kind of stupid, but I feel like that's just what I am, because I'm fortunate enough and blessed enough to just be capable. Like, I can do whatever I want, and there's no exaggeration to that phrase. Anything that anybody else can do, I can literally do. I may have to do it differently. Like, I drive. A lot of people mouth hit the floor when they find out that I drive. They don't believe it. They don't see how. Their first question is, what? You know what I mean? But I don't drive like everybody else. But I'm still capable of doing it. It just has to be my specific car.
Right.
So that's the corny phrase that I use on a regular. But
okay. What was the hardest thing about preparing for the shoot?
Man, it's kind of like what I touched on earlier. Just being comfortable in myself. Like, I remember when the Fenty got here and I called you and I called Mima and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, y'all, I don't think that I can do this. These are napkins. Like, these are not clothes. These are tissues. So for me, I would say the hardest part was really feeling comfortable in myself. Like, every day I got home from work, I would literally put on the lingerie and like walk around in it and just look at myself in it and just be okay with what was in the mirror, because it was nothing bad. But due to the fact that we've trained ourselves as women to be not too sexy, and due to the fact that as a person with a disability, we don't even put that in the same sentence. It was really like foreign ground for me, because I'm like, what am I supposed to feel? I'm supposed to have a basis of emotion to go off of, but I had nothing. I felt like I had to fake it for somebody else.
Okay.
And I like to be as genuine as I possibly can, but I'm also not gonna stand in front of somebody and wear something and not rock it.
Right.
So my mission within those 3 weeks between getting the packages and actually doing the shoot was, we're gonna wear this like Rihanna would wear this. So that was really the hardest part for me, was tapping into my inner Fenty and really like taking it and running with it.
Yes.
Or rolling with it.
Yes. Okay. What are some things that we're looking forward to transpiring from having this shoot or doing this month? What are some things that we're looking for?
Well, in my biggest world and in my perfect utopian world, I want a personal phone call with the queen herself, Rihanna, and I want to discuss some things. I want to talk about marketing more people with disability. I don't know if you guys have watched the Fenty Savage show, but she had a couple of amputees in her show, which was great, and it was amazing, and it was a good step. But I think that we're also missing the point that disability does not have to be associated with sickness or tragedy or accidents. Like, some people are just born like this, and we need to highlight that. And just because you don't look disabled doesn't mean that you are not.
Right.
You feel what I mean? Because you look at me from the waist up and you're like, she's totally normal. But where are my legs? Matter of fact, where are my legs?
We have them over here.
They're over here.
Can we get those in the shot?
Can we get my legs?
Can we get those in the shot? Yes, here we go.
Baby girl is not going anywhere without these. And even if I get somewhere without these, I need to go back and get them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I personally have forgotten my crutches a couple of times, but these are my legs. And so, I just think that she did a great thing including that. I love how she always highlights the underdog, but we have so much more work to do. So in my biggest hopes and dreams, I pray that an actual endorsement comes from this and I get to sit with Rihanna in her room of creatives and have some real conversations. But if just somebody scrolling on their page who may or may not have a disability feels inspired or feels like they've been born again just by seeing me do it, they feel like they can do it.
Yes.
That's the least I could do. So, you know, we want up here, but this is fine too, because this is what I'm here to do. Even if it never gets mainstream, if I never get recognition, I'm not doing this just for me. I'm doing it for the people who are watching and are paying attention, because they matter most.
Right. I love that. I love your humbleness and your humane approach to it. I love how you said that disability does not always have to be associated with the tragedy or the trauma behind it, but we're making it relatable to the common people who are just disabled, but they can function as what we would quote unquote call normal in this society. So I love that approach to it. Does words like cripple or handicap, do those words bother you? Are they offensive to your community, to your people? Because we want to know, we want to live in a society where we are making all people comfortable, where we try our best not to offend our brothers and our sisters.
Well, excuse me personally, as a kid, I would say coming from my classmates, maybe so. But I would tell you that only lasted about till I was maybe 6 years old. My parents, my family, they were all very hard on me. So I cannot speak for my people because that is a big group of people. But I don't care what you call me. I totally understand, like you said, we don't want to offend anyone. We don't want to hurt people's feelings, but I don't care what you call me personally, as long as you're standing with me to make some change. So you can call me crippled, you can call me disabled. My brother literally calls me Crippletron. Like Megatron from Transformers, my brother calls me Crippletron. And that just picked up throughout the house. And that's like a nickname now. It doesn't bother me because it's a part of my identity, but it's not who I am.
Yeah.
So if you want to support me and you're like, oh, I love that cripple, that's perfectly fine with me. Now, if you're not standing for anything, then just keep your opinion to yourself. But you hurting my feelings or protecting my feelings by not using a word, that's not going to change anything around here. Feelings don't matter. These problems matter. And my feelings towards these problems. So, no, they don't bother me at all.
I would like for you to look into the camera and speak to that young boy, young girl, adult boy, adult girl who may be in a similar situation and they don't believe that they could have these possibilities, that they could have these opportunities, that life could be so grand for them. What would you speak to them and say?
I hate you. You personally, I'm going to look you in your face and tell you I hate you. I would say to you that you can do everything that you put your mind to, as cliche as it sounds, and as tired as I was of hearing that as a child, as a young adult, even now, being 21 years old, I still hear that. It's very much true. You can do anything that you put your mind to, and as long as you believe in yourself the teensy-insiest bit, you can do it. And if you fail, you got to get up and you got to do it again. Like I said, we can't approach everything just like everybody else does. But that doesn't mean we can't approach it. I might not be able to climb a mountain, but if there's a ramp, I'm going to roll up the mountain. You feel what I mean? So whether your mountain, whether you can take the stairs or whether you got to use the ramp, you got to do what you got to do. And people with disabilities are literally the biggest minority in the world, but we are the most underrepresented when it comes to politics, entertainment, art, every avenue. In our modern society, we are underrepresented because nobody speaks for us until they join the club. So stand up or sit down, do what you gotta do, and just believe in something. And if you believe in nothing, you gotta believe in you. And if you think you can do it, if you can imagine it up here, you can put it on paper. And that's what this photo shoot has taught me, because I had a vision. I had a picture in my mind, and me and my team made it happen. We painted that picture with our eyes, and now it's an actual picture that you can see. So if you can see it up here, you can put it on the canvas. This world is your canvas. Start painting, baby. Start painting.
Wow, that is so powerful and so profound and such a great encouragement to me, as well as to our viewers that will see this. And I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. That means so much coming from you.
What more can we expect, and where can we go to keep up?
Okay, so you can follow me on everything. No, I'm just playing. All right, so you can follow me on every social media site, Carell_Russell. If it ain't Carell_Russell, it ain't me. Okay. We got a podcast coming up. We just released our first set of pictures, Baddie Blue. We just released those a few days ago. So go back, look at those, comment those, like those, tell Rihanna to check those out. Those are important. And we have our second set of pictures coming soon, and then a third set after that. We have the website coming, online store coming, podcast coming. There's a lot of things coming, and I'm just thankful and grateful and ready to begin building what we have seen throughout all these years, what we've wanted, because we're a team. And I just want to thank you for being here. Nobody ever sees you because you're always hiding, but Mima is here as usual.
Yes.
Hi. So yeah, we're just ready. We're tired of waiting for somebody else to speak for us. So we're gonna create a platform where we can speak for ourselves. So website coming soon, podcast coming soon, pictures coming soon, and hopefully a phone call from Rihanna coming soon. Okay. Yeah. But yes, please follow me on everything.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. Listen, Carell Russell, keep that name in mind. Social media influencer, disability activist. Listen, she is doing great things and a profound speaker. Listen, have her out, get her for your engagements, get her to speak to your young people, your old people, your growing people. She is the woman for the job. It has been my pleasure, Cameron Marquise. It has been my pleasure to interview you.
Mixtape coming soon.
What?
I'm joking. Don't take me serious.
See you guys later.